Welcome back to For the Love of the Mouse. I am Bryson, and today we are going to have a chat. We're going to have a DVC chat. First things first, if you have not done so already, click that red subscribe button down below. And then next to it, there is a bell icon. If you click that bell icon, you will get a notification every time we release a new video. And if you'd be so kind at some point throughout this video, maybe right now because we're talking about it, click that thumbs up button as it greatly helps our channel and lets us know you like what we are doing. This is the first episode of what I want to call my DVC chat series. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. If you don't know what DVC is the Disney Vacation Club, Disney's timeshare. There you go. And I have a whole playlist of DVC videos that everybody seems to really enjoy, so I greatly appreciate that. And you have asked some questions on those videos, so that's where this idea came from, where you ask a question, you ask me about it on social media, on YouTube, wherever it is, and we're gonna have a chat about it. Might not be all the time, but once I have a topic come up and I know what I'm talking about, we'll have a DVC chat video. The link up here in the icon, DVC playlist, also at the end of this video, I will have that all ready for you. You can click it, watch those DVC videos. So for the sake of today's video, I am going to assume that me telling you that DVC is Disney Vacation Club, Disney's timeshare, is enough information for you because you already understand that when it comes to a timeshare, as I've always said, you need to do the research to make sure it makes financial sense for you and your family. Today's topic is just simply going to be DVC Resale to give you an idea of what it is, what you get, what you don't get, things like that. That's what today's chat's about. DVC, it's pretty popular. Believe it or not, even with everything that's been going on in 2020, DVC is still an extremely popular thing, especially DVC Resale. Now, down in the description, I have linked a DVC Resale website, which, just to be clear, I have no deal with them, I have no partnership with them. That's just the DVC Resale website I used that helped me when I am doing the research to try and figure out whether or not Crystal and I want to buy another contract. So as far as what DVC Resale is, someone like me who is an existing Disney Vacation Club member wants to sell their contract. For whatever reason, they just don't want it anymore. So they're selling it through a third-party broker. So I use that DVC Resale broker, and then you, the buying partner, you use that DVC Resale broker. You find my contract that they're selling for me. You make me an offer. I accept it. We go through the resale process. It's no different, really, than if you were buying direct from Disney as far as the process goes. They offer financing, which with financing, I always say, if you have to go financing, try to go through your local bank. Try to go through someone who you have a personal relationship with, that you know their interest rates. Because like Disney, I think is like 9% and then 12% or something like that. It's crazy, especially with what interest rates are right now. You could get a really cheap interest rate if you want to finance this. I don't know a whole lot about financing just because I haven't really looked into it. I just know a little bit. So I'll tell you what I know. Definitely know that this is a real estate contract. You are entering into a real estate contract with Disney, whether it's resale or not, at the resort you're buying at your home resort. Treat it as such. Shop around your interest rate if you're going to finance, just like you would anything else. So if you're going resale, you can negotiate. You make an offer to me if I'm selling my contract, and if I accept it, you got a better deal than what I wanted, just like if you were buying a house and you offered them a cheaper price. So don't be scared to negotiate if you are on that resale side wanting to buy. Another reason to look at resale, and that's why we're looking at resale for our second contract whenever we get one, is because you save money. Just before I started this video, I was on the website that I linked down below. Our exact contract, which we bought direct from Disney at Copper Creek, is $5,000 today at the time of filming, is $5,000 cheaper than what we paid when we bought that. Why would you pay more? Well, there's perks to being a DVC member buying direct from Disney. You get your annual pass holder discount. Now what that means is that you get a discount for buying your annual pass through Disney Vacation Club. So that right there, for Crystal and I, we go all the time, so we're annual pass holders. That right there is a huge chunk of money that saves us every year. I think in the time we've been DVC members, we've almost saved $1,000 on our annual passes just because we were able to buy them from DVC with that perk. Now you get same discount that you get as an annual pass holder, same percentage, all that. So that's kind of a workaround if you don't buy direct from Disney and you buy resale. So let's say you're still an annual pass holder, but but you didn't buy your DVC points direct, you can then use your annual pass discount. It's the same exact percentage. So there's kind of a workaround to still get the merchandise, the food discounts. So if you're an annual pass holder, you still can get that discount. You also can use your DVC points for cruises. Now, in my opinion, I don't think you should. I don't think the valuation is there in the points, but they're your points. You do whatever you want. If you buy resale, you cannot use your DVC points for cruises. So if that's something you want to do, maybe you look at buying direct from Disney, because that's one big thing you want to do is use those points for your cruise. Now, I know they're not going on right now, but Moonlight Magic events, Crystal and I have gone to numerous ones. We have a few vlogs where we have gone to Moonlight Magics and enjoyed ourselves. They are an after hours event that is no extra cost because you've paid your annual dues, so there's the cost. They're nothing extra for DVC members. You get to go to that, you get the park to yourselves, you get free ice cream bars galore, you get free food at quick service restaurants throughout whatever park it's at. The one we went to at Hollywood Studios was amazing. We had the whole park to basically ourselves. There was special character interactions. Moonlight Magic is one of my all-time favorite events, and I hope when things get back to some sort of normalcy here, that comes back, because Moonlight Magic is super awesome, super fun. I know there's all kinds of crazy problems with booking the reservations and stuff, but that's not what today's video is about. It's about the perks, and that's a perk I deeply enjoy. Now, let's say you are on the resale website and you want to buy a resale contract at Disney's brand new DVC resort, the Riviera. They have them. However, the Riviera is the first DVC resort that has resale restrictions. So if I own a Disney's Riviera and I decide to sell you my contract, as soon as those points go over to resale, you, the buyer that bought that contract, those points can only be used at the Riviera from now on. If you buy a Riviera contract direct from Disney, you can stay at any resort at the 7-month mark that you want, just like normal. And on resale, any other contract, I can book at any resort at the 7-month mark and the 11-month mark at my home resort, obviously. That's something new that's kind of being brought up, that these new contracts, they're restricting it to just that resort. So you got to make sure you read the fine print about what you are buying if that's something you're interested in. Now, back to some perks that you get buying direct from Disney that you don't get with buying resale. Obviously, you have the member lounge, which is at Epcot. It's amazing because there's air conditioning in Florida. It's a nice way to get up there, get something to drink, and get some air conditioning. Now, I know I said amazing, but I don't want you to think like it's the greatest thing in the world. On like a really hot Florida day, when that downpour is about to come, I cannot tell you how many times the member lounge has saved us. So in that sense, that's why I'm saying it's amazing. There's much better things at Disney than the Epcot members lounge. But when you need it and it's there, it's pretty amazing. So that's a great perk to have. But DVC resale, you don't get that perk. So when it comes down to DVC resale, really what I've done is you just have to look at, is this your first contract or your second contract? Because it's your first contract, do you want those perks, which I talked about? Disney has instituted a rule where you have to have 100 points that has been bought directly from Disney in order to have the perks, which we talked about. Let's say 2 years ago, you bought a contract directly from Disney for 75 points. You're fine, you're grandfathered in, no problem. Go buy that second DVC resale contract if you want to. Now, you're a new buyer, you buy 100 points on resale, you don't get the perks because you have no other points directly from Disney. There's some people out there who years ago just bought resale and they still got the perks from DVC, and I think they still get them. We met a couple at Saratoga Springs at the pool that was actually telling us that they bought a resale contract years and years ago, and Disney has grandfathered them in every time they made these new rules. So there's kind of a reason to buy right now, because I can only see Disney keep upping and upping and upping, because let's face it, they're in the game to make money now more than ever. So that's what they're gonna do. And if you get in now, you're set, you're grandfathered in, because as of right now at the time of filming, I don't know of anybody who has not been grandfathered into the perks. You want the perks, you gotta buy direct from Disney. That's how they've set it up. Disney's pretty good at making money. So sorry, but you gotta pay the price. And like I said, our contract today, looking at this website right now, our contract would be $5,000 cheaper if we were to buy this resale contract I'm looking at. With that said, as I told you earlier, in the time we've been DVC members, Crystal and I have easily saved $1,000 just on our annual passes. That doesn't count the merchandise that we've bought, the dining we've bought that we've saved on with that. So you got to factor in all those discounts, which, like I said before, I have a whole playlist about DVC videos which dive into all of that. One thing to make sure you are aware of when you buy resale is that Disney has the right of first refusal. So what that means is you're going through the process, you're doing everything with the contracts, whatnot, through your broker, and then Disney gets X amount of time to review that contract to decide whether or not they want you to buy it or whether or not they want to buy it back. Here's something Disney doesn't advertise. If you call the Disney Vacation Club and you ask them what other resorts they have for sale, they will tell you about those contracts they have bought back on right of first refusal. If you go to the website, they're only going to tell you that they'll sell you Aulani or Riviera, but if you ask them for the other resorts, they will tell you. Crystal and I were on a cruise. We were talking to our Disney Vacation Club rep that was on that cruise. He told us that he had some points available at Beach Club if we wanted to buy them. We weren't ready at that time to buy them, but there you go. There's another DVC resort that we actually are interested in buying a resale contract at that we could have bought direct from Disney. Those are always popping up because Disney does refuse you buying a resale contract sometimes and they buy it back. So check that out too. That's another option with buying direct if you don't want your home resort to be Aulani or Riviera. There you have it. There is my hopefully brief synopsis of Disney Vacation Club resale. This was our DVC chat today. But thank you so much for coming and stopping by, listen to my chat today. If you haven't done so, as I said in the beginning, click that subscribe button down below. Then click that bell icon if you haven't so you're notified whenever we release new videos. And at some point throughout this video, if you haven't done so already, please click that thumbs up button so that I know you like this video. And again, thank you so much for stopping by. And for the love of the mouse, never forget that it all started with a mouse. We only need